Stephen Jeffrey of SJ Relics, and I'm coming to you with my first impressions of the SWISSTECH LISTIG. I was at Walmart, and I kind of always got to breeze through the sporting goods section to kind of see what's going on, and these have perked my interest several times, and for whatever reason I've kind of, my eyes and pocketbook has been drawn elsewhere, but this particular day, for the grand total of $11.88, I bought one of these. It's the same thing as the what you call a Victorinox SD Classic, which I have one of those here as well. An orange one. We'll do a comparison between these two. But anyway, I was cruising along, perusing through Walmart, and I saw this and thought, man, this is cool. Let me raise my camera just a bit, pardon me. And I finally pulled the trigger on one. But first of all, the boxing is really pretty impressive. It's a magnetized box. I really don't care about boxes, but it's cool. You know, this one's cool. I'm gonna use my Swiss Army here to open up this SWISSTECH. There we go. So we can get this thing out of here. Of course, it's got it's kind of impressive all that they put in these. Of course, this has the backstory to SWISSTECH, which is pretty interesting. I've read that before. I have the WordDig, and actually I have two WordDigs. I got one for now and one for later. But anyway, here's all the kind of specs on the back. And here's the knife itself. And again, we're going to compare these two. Same size. This is the first time I've held one of these, so you know they're almost identical in size. This one has a little swept in angle to the side. Of course, we're going to go for the toothpick first. Got a red toothpick. Made pretty stout. I don't know, these are pretty nice tweezers. These have a little more of a, I would say a little more oomph as far as the pull, being able to, of course they're angled. I mean, I think they're pretty equal, but these feel a little more stout as far as the build of them and how, you know, being able to pull a hair or whatever, a nose hair or whatever you want to pull a hair. I am putting these in backwards in both. Again, guys, I'm on a camera, so I got a camera between me and my face. But here's the blade. Has that nice open nail pull. Pretty sharp. Not overly sharp. Not as sharp as most SWISSTECH knives that I've encountered. But it's sharp. I mean, it'll do what a little gentleman's knife, gentleman's carry, a little pocket carry like this will do. It's got a nail file, nice little nail file. Key ring. The key ring is definitely not as stout as the Swiss Army, and scissors. This is always the telltale. These scissors feel pretty good. I will say the spring is kind of offset. You can see how it's kind of bent to the side, which I'll finagle that a little bit later. But they do work. Let's cut the Walmart receipt here. They will cut. You know, first impressions, I like it. It feels good. again, I would say close, but not as sharp as the Victorinox. The file, you know, there's the blades in comparison to one another. This blade definitely looks cooler, and it probably would sharpen up. As far as the files, I would definitely say the SWISSTECH probably has one up on the Victorinox. This is more of a, you know, well, they're both nail files, but I don't know, this one just seems a little more robust. Plus you've got the other side. Here's the flat tip screwdriver, which this is the SD Classic, so it has a flat tip screwdriver, which you could also screw a Phillips head with that. Same thing here. You know, equally as robust in comparison. And then as far as the scissors, I would definitely say that out of these two, the Swiss Army knife scissors are actually superior. You can tell just the build and just how well they're put together in comparison. These aren't like the cheap advertising knife scissors. They're definitely, you know, you get the advertising knife that looks like a Swiss Army. It has, you know, complements of whatever business on the side. These are definitely better than that. These are good scissors. These would get you through in a pinch, but the Swiss Army ones are definitely better on these two. For 11 bucks, I'm impressed. But would I just go ahead and pay a little bit more and get a SD Classic? In this case, probably so. And I am a fan of the SWISSTECH stuff. I love my two SWISSTECH knives. I actually have an old school SWISSTECH screwdriver, kind of bit driver set from like the early 2000s before they kind of blew up and became what they are today. But anyway, it's a good knife for $11. I would definitely pay that. Yeah, I would say it's definitely worth that. It is a step up above, like I say, one of the freebie giveaway SD Classic clones or lookalikes. The handles, that's one other thing I want to say. The handles on this are better. It's got a nice grip, got a nice feel, very tactile feeling. Just has kind of almost a G10 feel, which I know it's probably not. Let's see what yeah, it's G10 handles. So G10 handles. Yeah, the handles on this are better. Blades comparable, but the Swiss Army out of the box is sharper. Scissors, Swiss Army's better. File, I think the SWISSTECH has the file. And as far as the toothpick and the tweezers, I think they feel pretty good on this in comparison. Not that the SD Classic is flimsy by any stretch. Let me spin that around. But I think this one wins in that camp. But all in all, they both have their pros and no cons really, but just definitely I would say if I had to pick a winner, the Swiss Army knife would still be the winner. But would I feel bad about this for $11? Absolutely not. It's worth it. But anyway, just wanted to do an opening and first impressions, and hope you're having a great day. This is Stephen Jeffrey from SJ Relics saying God bless and signing off.